Hello, and welcome to Book Buzz, brought to you by the Peters Township Public Library. I am Miss Shannon.
And I'm Miss Linda, and we're here to bring you the second part of the March activities to you, what we're doing in the children's department. And boy, we got caught reading, didn't we?
We did, and it's always good to get caught reading.
That's right.
So we'll talk about what we were reading in a little bit here too. We've got some good books to talk about today.
Anytime. Yep, every little bit.
Yep.
Okay.
But first, I want some little book bits from Miss Linda.
Yep.
Tell us what's going on, little buzz bits.
Okay.
Buzz bits, book bits,
whatever. Bits of information that you need to know. Now, this one I couldn't see. You know, I love doing this part, you know, and looking up interesting things about libraries, etc. And I couldn't remember, because I keep a file when I find interesting things that I keep for Book Buzz. And I, you know, when I've have talked about them, I pull them and, you know, they're done. Now this one, I can't remember if I had talked about this or not. If I did, I'm sorry, but if I didn't, okay. It's worth repeating anyway. It's very short.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, of course it is. Everything we do is worth repeating. We're going to get encore on every show we've ever done. All right. This is a library. It's called the ADC Library. It's a Georgetown Library at Washington, D.C. Was closed for more than 2 days after several live snakes were found inside.
I don't remember this one.
Okay, I thought maybe we would. I know.
I feel like I might retire and quit my job if they found even one snake in our building.
Wait till you hear this story, because I'm the same way. I'm not afraid. You know, like bugs, spiders. Nothing bothers me. A snake, I absolutely lose my mind.
I can't stand a snake.
I don't even like them, like at the zoo.
I can't even walk. I don't go in there where the snakes are, and I won't even walk past them in the pet store.
All right. So you might want to cover your ears then, because this is really creepy. And I think that's why I did it, because how afraid of snakes I am. So the Georgetown Library was closed for more than 2 days after staff noticed an odd gathering near one of the building's basement meeting rooms. Snakes. And not only snakes, several of them. The first sign that something was amiss came Saturday when a staff member found a live snake in the library, captured it, and released it outside.
I would not have captured it.
First of all, capturing is not in my vocabulary or my job description. We do a lot of things that are above and beyond our job descriptions.
Yeah.
No.
Cleaned up poop, not touching a snake.
We've cleaned up we've cleaned up stuff. So hours later, a different library employee spotted 2 new snakes in the downstairs area of the building. About 3 p.m., the library called pest control and shut its doors 2 hours ahead of its scheduled closing time. Library staff suspect a knot of 4 snakes were in the building. It's unclear how long the snakes were there before they were discovered. Library workers, and it's like, I don't care what kind of snake it was, because they're just kind of like, library workers said the creatures were small, likely garter snakes, species of skinny, harmless snakes common to the region that largely eat bugs, fish, and small amphibians. I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I would probably left.
If there's a worm,
actually, there's no probably. I would have left work that day.
Well, I'm glad we're by the
Y'all are on your own. Children's department's closed. There's a snake in the building.
Aren't you glad?
I'm going home.
And the nice thing is we're real close to the EMS, so if we faint and get sick, they can come and help us. So
I don't want to faint inside a library there's a snake crawling around in.
Not wanting to reopen the building until it was snake-free, the library remained closed for 2 more days until the pest control company declared the area clear. Exterminators distributed snake repellent around the perimeter of the building and sealed off any openings they believed future scaly visitors would use to slither inside. Although a thorough investigation of the premises did not yield any live snakes, a spokesman said that the pest control company discovered 1 dead snake. The library reopened Tuesday morning. The whereabouts of the other snakes are unknown. This guy said, I've been here 10 years, the first time I've ever heard of snakes entering the building. It's unlikely that snakes were looking for a quiet corner to do some reading. And they blame it on the wet weather in Washington, and and then they go on to tell a couple more snake stories of some local people there. But remember,
No.
do you remember the movie? It was called, what's his name that's in it? Snakes on a Plane?
Oh yeah, no.
What's his, oh. who
I
was
wanted that. The whole title of that movie was not gonna happen. For me.
Because I'm, flying, I'm a little nervous when I fly, but it's not too bad. But the thought of flying and having snakes, like you're 30,000 feet in the air and you've got snakes on your plane? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, where's the escape hatch?
Yeah, I'm jumping out the window, man.
I'm going 30,000 feet and I'm riding down.
There's a parachute.
Yeah, I'd be riding
slide.
down that slide. I'd be going down the slide, screaming all the way down. I would do that before I'd stay on a plane with snakes. In that movie, I had to watch it because it creeped me out. So because I thought, they were falling out of where the air mass, oxygen things come.
Oh God, no. There's no way. You couldn't pay me to watch that. I would have so many nightmares.
It was awful. It is. I know. Well, I'm going to have nightmares just from reading this today. So watch where you walk in the library.
Oh my God, I would go home.
We're not go down in the basement. Our basement's our storage. Don't go down there.
Oh okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we found something down there. Our basement's really scary. It is.
Be very afraid.
Yeah, I would expect maybe a mouse, which would freak me out too. But a snake, I would be gone.
No.
You would hear me for miles.
Oh,
because I'd be so screaming.
Oh.
Oh God.
I'm glad you liked that one.
All right. That's horrible. I would not been able to.
Yeah, that's a yep. Okay, good. I haven't told that one before.
The
You would have
staff member
remembered
that discovered it.
If
it had been me, it'd been bad news bears.
Yeah, me too.
We had I'm really afraid, and we had a snake. My beagle will catch stuff, and I'm at our old house under our deck. I remember Justin's like, oh, she's got something, and I'm like, what? And he's like, hey, Shannon, go back in the house, and I was like, why?
Oh, that's not a good sign.
And he's like, there's just some wildlife. But there's a snake, isn't there? So just wildlife. Just go back inside.
Oh.
You would tell me what it was.
Yeah, go back in and you'd hear cha-ching, cha-ching, all these locks going on, closing up all the things, putting the guards where air can't get
I was like,
under
we have to move. There's a snake. And Justin's like, there's a snake outside. It's okay. I'm like, we have to move. You better list the house because.
There's a snake by my house. I'm out of here. I know. Okay, moving on.
Not fun.
All right,
okay,
we got to try to get ourselves out of that.
Let's talk about some books. So what is the tweens? What are they reading this month?
Well,
I think that's what you're getting caught reading this stuff.
This is what I got caught reading when we were starting. It's called Squint. And this is the book that we'll be discussing on March 18th. Again, for tweens, 4th through about 7th grade. Come in and have a snack, discuss this book. This is really a sweet book. It says, my name is Flint, but everyone in middle school calls me Squint because I'm losing my vision. I haven't had a friend in a long time. Thankfully, real friends can see the real you, even when you can't clearly see. And that's what the story is. An inspiring story of two friends dealing with their own challenges who learn to trust each other, believe in themselves, and begin to truly see what matters most. And it's called Squint by Chad Morris and Shelley Brown.
Nice.
This is what we'll be reading.
Yeah, it looks like a good one.
Yeah, very sensitive. And it's, interesting, I have, this one for the tween. When we talk about books later, my theme ended up to be interesting, kind of haphazardly of the books that I brought. And then when I realized what I was doing, I was very happy with, and that would include this. It talks, leads more and talks more to diversity.
Oh,
so
good.
Squint.
Very good.
Sounds very inspiring.
Yeah, that does sound like a good story. So
Okay.
make sure you guys come and check that out. So World Water Day is either on or near, I'm not sure, March 21st. And so as part of our Backyard Wilderness, we won't have our regular scheduled story times during that week because we're going to be taking a break for a couple weeks here in March between our winter and our spring programs, which spring programs will start the 25th. So make sure you come and sign up for those. So while we're on that little break, we're going to be celebrating World Water Day as part of our Backyard Wilderness. So a lot of just playing with water and ice, a lot of fun water play and discovering water at the library. So that's actually a Thursday morning at 10 with Miss Sydney and her science expertise. So she's going to
That'll be
talk
fun.
about water. And so, you know, since if you if you like to come to the library every, you know, weekly in the mornings, that's part of your routine, we're still gonna have something going on for you. So come and check that out on the 21st at 10, World Water Day.
That's so cool.
Yep. And also on the same day, going along kind of with that, we have our Spark Science for Tweens. So Linda does the Tween Book Club, and then we work with our high school science club, which are like some of the smartest kids I've ever met in my entire life. And they actually come and plan these lessons for our tweens that are like science experiments and science lessons. So last month they did one related to food, and they learned about different ways that you taste food, and they did some different experiments with food, so that was a lot of fun. And then going into March, they're going to do one that's going to be more earth science based, like a biology kind of thing, looking at microscopes and slides and things like that. So to go along with Backyard Wilderness as well. So that will be on the 21st at 4. That's right after school. So just walk on over after school and come and do that.
That sounds fun. And that is fun. I see them having such a good time. All right, what are you digging out?
Go ahead. You're next.
I have, oh good. Oh yay. You were, it's that time of year again, and I can't believe I'm even about to say Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
Because by the time this segment airs, the very first egg hunt that we're doing is the first Saturday in April, so April 6th at 10:30. We're having another one on the following Monday at 6:30. So we have one during the day on Saturday and one in the evening. And you know what? I had my first sign-ups today because I just got all of that done.
Yeah.
Did you?
Somebody called this week and asked about it.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've already had sign-ups, and I just want to remind everybody that we absolutely need you to register for that.
Yeah, it does.
The walk-ins, it just makes it tough because we, you know, the Easter Bunny
can only hide
so many eggs, and we want to make sure that every child finds, you know, a nice amount and everything. It just makes our life easier when you register for programs in the children's department, especially one this large. That's why we break it down into two different egg hunts.
And you only come to one or the other. Please save space and don't come to both. So one or the other. Pick what time works best for your family.
Yes. Yeah.
And yes, registration is crucial. So it never fails, though. Like, you know, we do have a lot of eggs that we hide, and our little egg hunters are really good. But it never fails that we always tend to find eggs after the fact. So I found these eggs when we were pulling out all of our carpeting.
Really?
And so go ahead. You can see what we had in there.
Really?
Go ahead. So when we pulled out our carpeting in September, so there's the Hershey Kiss in there.
Oh.
And
do you think it's okay?
So feel free. We would give that to Tim. Maybe he would use it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as long as it's not a snake.
Some stickers.
And some stickers.
Yeah.
Okay, that would still be good. The Hershey's Kiss, I'm not so sure.
Okay, so I made it up. I didn't actually find them when we cleaned out the carpeting, but because that's an exaggeration. But we do find them after the fact.
That's funny.
So it was a believable story.
No, I really did believe it because we do. We'll find.
Because that one has a Christmas Hershey Kiss in it.
Yeah.
So we're not usually that.
We do. We'll find them like for a long time after and go,
how was this missed?
Yeah, and we just laugh. Mm-hmm. So, okay, well, I believed it.
Well, there's 2 stuffed eggs you can go ahead and hide.
You made your point. Yeah, there's 2 that we can hide. All right.
Yeah.
But thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So this is actually not a program for children's, but I wanted to bring it up because
it's for children.
But yeah, it's for the family. So we're offering a special family meal planning event. We're bringing in a dietitian. Her name is Laura Zervos, and she's going to talk about how to make a family meal plan based upon your busy schedule and how to, you know, incorporate healthy food into your child's diet, which is, as a mom, nearly impossible. Mm-hmm. So while you're talking about the next thing going on, I'm going to cook you some dinner. So,
are you?
I brought us some milk. Calcium is good. This is about how I cook at my house. So I got my canned soup.
Okay.
Some hoping that's probably not going to be on her meal plan.
Oh.
And then I got my strawberry.
Did
and
you
if
steal these all out of our little
I did, right before we came. I took
Okay.
them. They're conveniently located, the fact that we have this as a center right now.
Yes. Okay.
So here's strawberries, and if you mash your strawberries up good, you can maybe make some homemade strawberry jam.
Okay, without sugar in it, probably, right? Is that
Right?
sugar-free?
Well, this looks like it's sugar-free.
Yeah.
I bet you it is.
Really? Okay.
Well, it's not plastic-free.
Okay.
Got some healthy broccoli because we go work on our vegetables, and hopefully
Absolutely.
she'll talk about how to sneak vegetables into your kids' diets because
Okay.
that's the best way to do it, I think. And then, of course, you got your brick of cheese here.
Absolutely.
So more calcium, well balanced. And here's the tomato that I used to make the tomato soup. So it's not canned; it's actually homemade.
Okay.
I squeezed it.
Yeah, right into
So-
a can that happened to be nearby and handy. Okay. All right.
So come and learn about, how to maybe make your better than a can of soup
All right.
for your family.
All
and peanut butter
right.
and jelly, which is what we
So,
sometimes live on.
we can like put one of those circles with a slash on the can
On
of
the-
soup because you don't want to do the can, all the salt and all of that
Right,
stuff
yep,
in there, too much sodium,
preservatives, yeah.
preservatives, and you're going to go straight for the real tomato that looks just shiny and red like that and make fresh tomato soup, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But in a timely fashion, because that's what I'm hoping she focuses on is
Yeah.
because I know as a mom, it's not even it's the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
So come check that out. That's going to be Tuesday, March 26th at 7. It's an adult program. Call our front desk to sign up for that. And I think it's really good for our families to know about. So come and do some family meal planning.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, who doesn't love unicorns? Are
They-
they like the hottest things
They
right
are
now?
very trendy.
I see unicorns everywhere.
yeah.
I mean, everything, candy is out of unicorns. Everything's a unicorn.
Yeah, well,
And they're so cool. Did you
Unicorn
bring
thinks
one?
he's pretty great.
Aw, do you remember the song?
This is my favorite unicorn
That's
book.
really cute. Well, unicorns do think they're special, but there's that song that goes, the Noah's Ark song, it like taking 2 by 2 all the animals on the ark, and the one that was left behind was a unicorn, and that's why we don't have any. You won't find any unicorns today.
Don't know that.
Yeah,
tune.
because
Well, it is it's the national animal though, and is it Scotland? Wherever Sue Miller just was vacationing in the fall, out overseas.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Scotland. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
Is
I
that what
think
she
it
was?
does sound right. Yeah.
Sorry, Sue, I don't remember where you were. But anyways, she told me that the national animal there was a unicorn,
Wow.
which is pretty cool. So
That
maybe
is
they have
really
unicorns
cool.
over there.
That'd be real. That's really cool.
So, so we're gonna have a unicorn
Unicorn
party
party
at the library to celebrate. So we talked about National Pig Day. National Unicorn Day is a
Yeah.
thing. So we're gonna celebrate unicorns on a Tuesday evening with Miss Sydney, who's our unicorn lover.
Oh yes, yeah. That's
She's
gonna
quite
be
a unicorn
fun.
herself.
That's going to be so much fun. I love it. She's the best. Excellent. All right. That's a nice way to end some of those programming ideas. I mean, that's the first part of April again.
Yeah,
you know.
April 9th, the
Stuff
unicorn
like-
party.
But our programs fill up.
Yes.
You know, they do. We get nice turnouts, and boy, with something like a unicorn party, it's going to be. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
All
Kids are
right.
probably gonna play pin the horn on the unicorn.
That'd be fun. How about, oh yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to have somebody dressed up as a hornless unicorn. And then you try to.
Oh, you got to pin the tail on the physical
Yeah,
unicorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You just nominated yourself. Find your horse costume.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Okay. I've done my duty. Okay. Books. I've
Sure.
got some good ones. You want to do one
Yeah,
first?
I'll talk about one that I was reading. It's not a book club book, and it's actually not the newest, but I personally just read it, so I figured I would be able to talk about it.
Okay.
So for the Adult Read Harder Challenge, a lot of our staff have do that too, and I'm trying to do it this year. Last year I didn't make it all the way through, but one of the challenges is to read a book that's written, and they used a fancier word that I had to look up what it meant because I'm a children's librarian. I didn't know what that word meant, for books that are written in a form of a diary or form of letters.
Okay.
I don't remember what the fancy word
Okay.
was.
I don't off the top of my head either.
Okay, it wasn't a word that I normally
Okay.
use. But the definition is written in letters or in diary form. So, working with teens, I've been trying to find a lot of teen books that fit these different categories, and I discovered Ketchup Clouds, and I loved this book so much. So this book is written, so this girl Zoe, which I'm partial to that name because it's my dog's name, she starts to send letters. Actually, this goes on with your pen pal program you're doing in April. She becomes a pen pal for a prisoner. And he was on death row for murdering his wife. And she just starts sending him all these letters and basically telling him and confiding in him her story, because she too could possibly be considered a murderer. Dear Mr. S. Harris, ignore the blah blah red in the top left corner. It's jam, not blood, though I don't think I need to tell you the difference. It wasn't your wife's jam the police found on your shoe. I know what it's like. Mine wasn't a woman, mine was a boy, and I killed him 3 months ago exactly. And it's a story of, she kind of betrays one boy. She may or may not have killed another one. If you read the story, I kind of feel that she's innocent. It was more of a, I'm not going to give it away. But
no, don't.
But anyways,
no spoiler alerts.
No, so Ketchup Clouds, really good story. It's written in the form of letters, like I said. She tries to keep herself anonymous, so her name's not actually Zoe, it's something else. But really, really good book. It's written for teens, but as an adult reader, I really enjoyed it this year. So Ketchup Clouds.
Good. Okay. Well, like I said, the books that that I've chosen do show the diversity of the books that we have at the library in our department. Squint being one of them, talking about kids, the young adults that have, in this story, have issues and, things that they're trying to work on, and how others don't treat them well, and the difficulties they go through. This one is really intense. It's called Ghost Boys, Joel Parker Rhodes, and what a timely, unfortunately for our today's world, this book is really something. 12-year-old Jerome is shot by a police officer who mistakes his toy gun for a real threat. As a ghost, now this is what I find interesting, as a ghost, he observes the devastation that's been unleashed on his family, his friends, and his community in the wake of what they see as an unjust and brutal killing. Then this Jerome that was killed meets another ghost named Emmett. Emmett helps Jerome process what has happened on a journey towards recognizing how historical racism may have led to the events that ended his life. Jerome also meets another ghost, Sarah, the daughter of a police officer who grapples with her father's actions. So it's, wow. Yeah, this is a gripping, poignant story about how children and families face the complexities of today's world, and how one boy in particular, who never had a chance to grow up, comes to understand American, the American, it's kind of covered in tape here, black, what would you say that is?
Blackness.
Blackness, okay, American blackness and the aftermath of his own death.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a tough read.
Yeah, that's, it's gonna be tough, I think. I have not read it. It's brand new. I look forward to it. I like the way that they are telling this so far, from what I can guess, as the perspective of the boy that was killed.
Wow.
So,
well, going along with that,
boys.
I wasn't going to talk about this, but I will, since you talked about that book. So last year, in 2017, the most acclaimed book and also the most banned books for teens was The Hate U Give, which is also about an African American who was shot by a police officer, and now he's not a ghost, but how the girl that witnessed it, and how that all played out, and it was made into a film. Well, that was by Angie Thomas, and again, that book did so well and received, that was a really intense but a really awesome read as well. She just released a brand new book on the come up, so this has been very highly anticipated, because after writing a book of that that won all these awards and got all this praise, and like look at she's got like 7 awards listed for that book.
Yeah.
All that acclaim. People are waiting to see what she's going to do next. So this is her new on the come up. 16-year-old Bree wants to be one of the greatest rappers of all time, or at least win her first battle. As the daughter of an underground hip-hop legend who died right before he hit big, Bree's got massive shoes to fill. But it's hard to get your come up when you're labeled a hoodlum at school and your fridge at home is empty after your mom loses her job. So Bree pours her anger and frustration into her first song, which goes viral, but for all the wrong reasons. So I don't know if this is going to be as intense as The Hate U Give, but it's definitely going to, she really does well of telling the culture, and for people that, our community like maybe doesn't realize different cultures that are going on in our country, and gangs and things that teens are facing with. It's kind of an eye-opener of a story. And so on the come up, I'm excited to see how this one's going to be, because I loved The Hate U Give. So new one from Angie Thomas.
Okay. Wow. She's rocking it, huh?
She is.
Okay, I'm going to do these 2 books together.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to start. These are books regarding gender, gender issues, or gender identifying, as male or female. Yeah. So I'm going to do this one first. This is brand new, and it's called Jack, Not Jackie, and it's about a little sister, a brother and a sister, and the brother his name is Jack and wants to be called Jackie, and he's identifying as a girl, and his sister is fighting it, going, no, you're my brother. You're my brother, you're not my, and on and on and on, going through what a person would, go, and it just, Jack was having a tough time, and he kept, as Jackie kept saying, I am a boy, and the mom's quiet, and she finally says, well, Jackie's been trying to tell us that for a long time. And on, that they start crying, I want my sister back, I'm your brother. And then they work it all out, and they realize that she drew a picture of Jack, and she said, the same big round eyes, my sister, my brother, it's okay either way. And little by little, my heart starts to feel bubbly again. So it's dealing with it. And I know of a family right now who's dealing with it. A set of twin boys. And the one boy is identifying more as a girl, and they are really working through it and really very supportive. And so another one, George.
I loved George. It's one of the best books I've read this year.
What I like about it, though, too, of course, it's, it's about a male identifying as a girl. But I like how it's written, because right off the bat, they don't say George and he, and they say, they refer to George as she.
Yes.
From the very beginning. They don't say, she's really a she. They just go right through.
Right to the pronoun that they want to be identified with.
Exactly. Again, diversity of showing, we've got the books that'll help cover all the difficulties and challenges that people face. So
hard stuff.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I don't know if we have time for another one. It looked like we only had a few seconds.
Okay.
Well, do you want to show a couple covers?
Sure. These are just some books that are on our news shelf, and I thought they'd be good ones to talk about because they take place in different areas of the world. So trying to, escape from, this one's called My Almost Flawless Tokyo Dream Life, and it's about a girl. Her dad owns a video game company, and she's never met him before, and she has trouble with her family at home, and she ends up moving across the world from DC to Japan and living with this new family that with her father that she doesn't know. So My Almost Flawless Tokyo Dream Life. So of course, flawless, it's not going to be very flawless.
Right.
And then this one, Darius the Great is Not Okay. This is about Darius, and he is living in Iran, I believe. And so what is going on, in that part of the world for a teenager. And we don't really think about we hear about that on the news, but you don't feel so much there's not books about teens that are living in Iran, really. So this is a new one about Darius the Great is Not Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Lots of good books, a great month. Happy March to everybody.
Yes, March.
See you in April
Yes.
with a lot more.
And spring,
We could
hopefully.
keep going and going and going, don't we know it? All right, next time.
See ya.